Good evening. It's 7 o'clock and we have two meetings tonight. First one is the Cunningham Town Board, and that will be followed by the Urbana City Council. I'd like to call the Cunningham Town Board meeting to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Admons?
Here.
Mr. Brown?
Here.
Mr. Jacobson? Mr. Madigan? Here. Ms. Marlin? Here. Mr. Roberts?
Here.
Mr. Smythe? Here. Mayor Pressing?
Here. Is there anyone who would like to address the Cunningham Town Board? Okay, we'll move on. The minutes of the previous meeting, April 4th, 2016.
I'll move approval. Second.
Motion by Roberts, seconded by Ammons. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. The Committee to Verify Bills. Hi.
Hi, I'm Dina Landis. I'm in charge of accounting over at the Township. I'm here for Michelle tonight. So our total town fund bills for May, including April interim checks, were $54,442.20. And our total general assistance fund bills for May, including April interim checks, is $17,129.34.
Okay. Are there any questions about the bills? Is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept the bills as presented.
Second.
Motion by Dennis Roberts, seconded by Diane Marlin. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That motion carries. Reports of officers? No reports of officers. Unfinished business. We have new business, the designation of the fiscal 2017 tentative budget. Do you want to talk about that?
I have nothing to do with the planning or preparing of this budget, so this
Okay.
is just the tentative budget. Once a tentative budget is approved, then we'd have 30 days for the public to inspect before a final budget would be approved. So that's why she would like the tentative budget to be adopted tonight.
Well, you don't have to do it in 30 days. You can't do it less than 30 days, but you could do it in June, right?
Right, right.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
she meant for the June meeting.
Okay. Well, we could, I don't think we're ready to vote on it, but we could place it on file. Do we have to approve? Mr. Grosser, do we have to approve it at this point?
Well, you'd be adopting it as the tentative budget. That's not approving what's in it. That you would do later on after you've had discussion of it, any changes you want. So you're
I mean, can we just
simply-
accept it and place it on file, or do we have to vote to approve it, is the
Well, you
question?
need a vote to adopt it or designate it as the tentative budget.
Okay. Charlie?
Yeah, and to follow up on that question, we have a standing finance committee for the town board. And last year we did actually have a meeting, or tried to have a meeting where we talked about the budget specifically as the only agenda item as a committee.
Okay.
And I would suggest that we do that again. We could do that in 3 weeks, or 1 week before the next town board meeting, or something, 1 or 2 weeks before the next town board meeting, something that works into our schedule. I would suggest essentially before the next council meeting, since that's 3 weeks from today, where we would expect a little lighter agenda maybe if it's council meeting. But I would
2 weeks from June.
well, 2 weeks from tonight, yes.
Yeah.
2 weeks from tonight. That would be the 16th. So that would be my suggestion, and we basically just place this on file as the tentative budget, and then have real discussion then.
Okay, would you like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to that effect then, that we put this on file as our tentative budget with a plan to have a committee meeting of the Finance Committee of the Town Board, discuss this in earnest on the 16th.
Aaron?
So are you suggesting, or you making your proposal, does your motion exclude the council discussion?
This is strictly the town board budget.
Okay, so does your motion exclude the town board discussion over the budget? Because you're saying a special finance committee.
Well, the finance
the
committee would
town
be
board.
of the town board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I just want to make sure I was
Yeah,
clear
yeah.
about that. All
Is
right.
that a second?
Yes, I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Smythe, seconded by Ammons. Any other discussion? Dennis?
Yeah, and Charlie, as I remember last time we did this, it was because you brought up some concerns about additional social service funding for certain goals that we had.
Right, and again, I think, we should come prepared to discuss aspects of the budget and what we want to do with it and so on.
Right.
After, now that we've got it in front of us, we've got a paper copy, we can go home and add it to the very large stack of stuff we typically have in May, all related to budget stuff and social service funding. And we should just come in 2 weeks and plan on getting it done.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Anyone else? Okay, we have a motion by Smythe, seconded by Ammons, that designate this as the tentative budget and to meet in 2 weeks to have a discussion meeting as the committee, the finance committee, which would be everybody on the town board. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Ammons?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
No.
Ms. Marlin?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Smythe?
Yes.
That motion carries. Do we need to have a closed session, Mr. Grosser?
We do not need a closed session. However, I do have some additional information that may be of interest about scheduling and where things are.
Okay.
The Illinois Supreme Court has 5 terms of court throughout the year, at which one of the things I do is decide what cases they're going to accept of the ones on their docket. This is on their docket for their May term, which it appears from the state court's website that will end on May 19th, a Thursday. And they typically then issue their orders on all of those cases the following Wednesday, which would be May 25th. So at this point, we're expecting something on May 25th, give or take a day. Usually gets posted to their website about 10 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier. So that's when we expect the formal order, at which I expect that they will accept the case, since it's appeal as of right for Carl.
Okay. Any questions for Fred? Thank you very much. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.